Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nittai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. जय श्री राम गिरिधारी चैतन्य महाप्रभु की सर्वविघ्नाश लक्ष्मी नरसिंह भगवान की भक्त शिरोमणि भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की पांचल प्रभुपाद की जय गौ प्रेम Hare Krishna. Well, Kirtan, I request everyone to participate in it. So you all should sing along with me. Actually, when Mataji is singing, you all should sing, and you have to hear Shravanam and Kirtanam. Not during that time you are chanting or you are just seeing. No, it is not that you are just watching me, what I am doing, but you have to participate in it. Okay? Yes. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Prabhu, you are on mute.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the Kirtan. Hare Krishna to all. Welcome to Bhagavad Gita session day 9. So today we'll learn about chapter 8, which is Attaining the Supreme. So in this chapter, Arjuna asks around 7 questions to Krishna, and Krishna answers them all. And also Krishna tells us about what should be our consciousness at the time of death to attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So there are many more things, and this is also an important chapter. So please switch on your videos to give more attention and stay away from any distraction for an hour or so. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, you can start.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you. Once again, welcome to all. And today is the 8th chapter. Another important one. Attaining the Supreme. We'll here know the difference between a yogi and a devotee. So how easy it is by devotional service to attain the Lord, and how difficult. Just we saw this in the 6th chapter also. So today more clearly the Lord is saying how difficult it is to attain the Lord through this yogic process. But a devotee very simple or very easily will be able to achieve the same result what yogis or superior to that. Okay. So we can start this by chanting the Mangalachari, praying to Guru and Krishna so that by their mercy we might be able to understand this translation. Please join me along with me, and you can all chant. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasati Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swaminiti Namine Nama Acharya Padaya Nitakarbhavadaya Nagora Gadadamadaya Nagaragadaya Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girimatripadamaham Vandeshi Gurundinakaran Paramanandam Madhavam Shri Chaitanya. So as usual, you can show gratitude and thanks to His divine grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is the founder Acharya of ISKCON. Srila Prabhupada. So in yesterday's chapter, 7th chapter, what did we see? So under the acronym head. So first, Krishna is revealing about himself because he's very pleased by the attitude of Arjuna. That's what we see in this another 2-3 chapters, how Krishna is so compassionate to the living entities, and to especially to his devotees who are devoted to him, who are surrendered. So he is revealing himself, and you cannot, this is the rarity of knowledge where you are not able to find anywhere in the scriptures other than he is revealing himself, the Supreme Lord. It is me. It is unknown to the whole world. Arjuna, through you, I am revealing to everyone that I am the Supreme Lord, the source of all. Ham sarvasya prabhu, tasaram vartate, to the spiritual worlds, the material world, everything. I am the Supreme. I am the source. Just by knowing this, everyone surrender unto me. Everyone can become the pure devotees of me, and they'll be able to attain the results that a yogi is struggling to get even for many, many yugas, not many, many years, many, many yugas. Just by devotional service, it is so simple. That's why Bhagavad Gita knowledge is so important. It is something so precious for us. Okay, to attain this knowledge, there are three ways. There is Pratyaksha Pramana and Anumana Pramana and Shabda Pramana. Pratyaksha is what we believe, or just by seeing our eyes, by this blunt senses, we try to understand it. It's the lowest of all. But today, modern society is running behind this. They say, what I see only I believe. It's foolishness. Because there's so many subtle things where we are not able to see, and there's divine things where we cannot even realize it. Okay? Then Hanumana, logical, the real, authorized or authentic knowledge to receive is by Shabda Pramana, by scriptures, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Yeah? By having this knowledge, you'll be able to see Krishna anywhere and everywhere, even in water, even in sun, even in anything, even a tree and stone, you can be able to see Supreme. And accept or reject. We saw four kinds of people who will never surrender to Krishna, and four others who surrender to Krishna. Finally, Devatas, who worship the Devatas, who are less intelligent, who are not intelligent enough, and they who cannot take any decisions, they attain. Because they are in need of something which is lower to liberation, so they go to them. But the person who goes to Krishna is at the ultimate stage. You know what to be received from the Lord. It is liberation, free from this material miseries. Anyhow, today you'll come to know more miseries than what you're suffering. There's Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. In that, there are another three things which we suffer. Okay, today we can see. And today's topic is doubts, exam, death. Attaining supreme devotion. So, as usual, well, starting, I'll say a small story to understand this. In the 6th chapter also, we saw a story of Alexander, where he has now entered India. He has conquered half of the world, and now he has entered India, and he met the sadhu also. He realized what is the absolute knowledge. He understood what is life. Now he has become, still is a king, but he has understood what is the ultimate goal of his life. So now he has come to his last days. He is suffering from a disease like malaria. And in the day when he was going to die, he called his minister. He said, my dear minister, can you do some favor to me? Can you help me? Yes, my dear Lord, what can I do for you? The minister asked, and Alexander says, can you give 10 days of your life so that I can go back and say to my mother, say how Allah have conquered this world, the whole world belongs to me now. You just say what all I have achieved in my life to my mother, and can you give 10 days of your life? And the minister says, no, master, I cannot do this. Okay, fine. Can you do 1 hour of your time, of your life, so that at least I can write a letter to my mother? He says, no, master, I cannot do this. But while saying this, you can see the impression of the ministry was thinking, hey, what is this? At the end of the life, my king has become a fool, has become mad. He's asking many questions which is not relevant to this world. And finally, Alexander says, no, minister, I want to give a message to the world. Okay, at least you fulfill my desires, what I say now. See that after my death, I should be buried with my hands outside, and I should be carried by keeping my hands outside empty. Then who should carry me? The four doctors who are treating now. The world's the best doctors. They have to carry me. And while going, I have to throw all the wealth, what I have acquired, the golden coins, behind my dead body, and you have to carry. And he says, I want to give a message to the world. What is that? While coming, we came in empty hands, and while going, we should go in empty hands. Nothing can be carried. And one more message, no one can protect me. Even the best of the best doctors cannot protect me. My death is assured. The same way, everyone's death is assured. Nobody can escape from this. Many times I've seen in my family, when we speak about death, they say, hey, don't speak about death. It is inauspicious. You shouldn't speak about it. Correct? That is wrong, actually. We should speak about our death. See, for example, for a child, there is examination at the end of the year. So from the day one, what the child is practicing for the final exam, so that she or he can get through that academic year's examination, and they can pass and go to the next level. If we say that, hey, speaking about exam, you shouldn't speak. Till the exam comes, you shouldn't speak about it. What happens? Everyone will be prepared for it. Actually, Bhagavad Gita teaches how to prepare our life. Actually, it's an art, You should learn that. How to die. That is what Bhagavad Gita teaches. This is how you have to practice. This is the ultimate goal of our life. This is the examination. How could we pass in our examination? Okay. So in this way, he wants to teach a lesson to the world. And finally, throwing the gold coins. Whatever you are worth. Nowadays, we are running like dogs, working like donkeys, without knowing the purpose of life. Where I'm going to end. Morning to night, just working, earning, acquiring more and more and wealth. Who is going to save me? Who is going to protect me? Do you think the wealth will protect you? No way. It is only the Lord who protects. Some devotees, even being in the sessions, hearing this, they may not be able to understand. They say, Prabhu, yes, to hearing it is good, but finally it comes to the life. It is money only matters. Without money, we cannot, because they don't have trust on the Lord. When you have trust on the Lord, faith, complete faith on the Lord, Lord will take care each and every moment of this. There's nothing to be worried. Okay, let us go further. So that means this chapter teaches us how to get prepared for an exam. In today's acronym is DEAD, DEAD. So under that, doubts, exam, attaining the supreme and devotion. Here, Arjuna asks 8 questions. In that 7 questions, immediately Krishna answers to it. But to the last question, he takes the whole chapter to explain. See the questions, what all Arjuna is asking here. Adi yajna katam kotra dehesmin madhusudana ayana kale cha katam nyeyosi niyatatma vihi. Who is the Lord of sacrifice, and how does he live in the body, O Madhusudana? And how can those engaged in devotional service know you at the time of death? This is the question Arjuna has asked. We can see before this also, he has asked many questions. What is Brahman? Please don't think Brahmana, Brahma, Brahman. These are all the different words. Brahma is Lord Brahma. Brahmana, it's Varna. And Brahman is the soul. Sometimes the Brahman is said, there are 3 kinds of Brahman here. So, Brahman, Parabrahman, and Brahad Brahman. Sometimes the Brahman is known as the soul. Sometimes even for Paramatma, Parabrahman, this is Brahman. So that to understand it should be Lord. That is why we need Acharyas. We need Guru Sadhu Shastra to understand the scriptures. So what it claims there as Brahman, Brahman, is it the Lord or the living entity? To know the difference, we need the explanation of Acharyas. Otherwise, we try to understand with our limited intelligence and we commit mistakes by understanding that, oh, this is Lord, this is living entity. Yeah. Then what is Adhyatma? What is Karma? What is Adibhuta? What is the Adi Daiva? Who is Adi Yajna? Where whoever he is, does he reside? How can those engaged in devotional service know Krishna at the time of death? This is the question. It takes the whole chapter. And you can see the answers for this. So Brahman, what is Brahman? The indestructible living entity. That is the soul. Anyhow, where Krishna has explained much more in the second chapter. Dehinosmin yatha dehe kaumaram yavanam jara tata dehantra praptir dhirastatra muhyati. The soul is indestructible and it is just moving body after body. Even in the same body, it is just changing the bodies. Definitely a dhira. A sober person is not bewildered. Ajayate mriyate va kadachinayam bhutva bhavitana bhuyaha. Ajo nityam shashvatoyam purano na anyate anyamane sharire. When this body is being slain, definitely the soul never dies. Nainam chindanti shastrani nainam dahati pavaka. And many things he says in the second chapter. Even the weapons cannot cut the soul, it cannot burn, it cannot withstand, it cannot do anything. This soul. It is eternal. It is known as Brahman. Clear? Then Adhyatma. Adhyatma is nothing but the nature of that soul. What is the nature of the soul? Jivera Surupahoi Krishnera Nityadas. What is the nature of water? To be liquid. What is the nature of fire? To be hot. What is the nature of sugar? To be sweet. The same way, the nature of Atma, the nature of soul, is to serve the Lord. Jivera Surupahoi Krishnera Nityadas. Yes, bodily things, we do many things, but at the soul platform, it is only to serve the Lord as the eternal servants of the Lord. We are the part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and our prime purpose, the prime duty is to serve the Lord. That is why we have taken this human body to understand what is our purpose of our life. We are not dogs and cats. Just engage our life in ahara, nidra, bhayamaitunam, just eating, sleeping, mating, defending. No. Our life is to understand the higher purpose. That is what the scripture says. That is what all the Vedas says. Ahara, nidra, bhayamaitunam, shasamanetan, pashubir naranam. A person who thinks only for these four things his life is meant, then he is equivalent to a pashu, is equivalent to an animal. Dharme deshu adhiko visheshu dharme nahina pashubi samana. We don't think beyond this four. We should be able to think beyond this four. That is called Atato Brahma Jignasa. We have to question ourselves, who am I? Why have I taken birth in this place? What will happen to me after my death? These are the questions to be asked. Once we start asking this question, then we search for a spiritual master who can reveal us his life. Clear? Then karma. See, if we go to the more higher and higher, that knowledge, how it becomes precise. And now karma, we are learning about karma. What is karma? Is activities. Any activities is known as karma. But here Krishna says, the reactions that force the living entity to take a material body in this world, who is forced to take the next life, is known as karma. Because karma decides, the activities decide what should be our life. What is the next life? Whether should I take a form of a dog, cat, horse, or a bird, or a fish, or a human being. Even in human being, I should be a lower than the, as we are seeing the Naradama, Maya Pratajnana. In this way, there are many kinds of human beings. We also will see that in which level I have to take my birth. Everything is being decided by my activities. That is called as karma. Whatever you do, it is result. You get results for all our activities. Clear? Then Adibhuta, the ever-changing material nature, it is created, maintained, and then destroyed. That is Prakriti. The whole universe, you can come under this. Prakriti. Then Adi Devataha, he who precise for all the Devatas and their plan as the universal form of the Lord. It is Krishna, but Krishna in incomplete understanding, where we can understand that Krishna is Sarvavyapi, is everywhere. That we take the universal form of the Lord. In that way, that understanding. Then Adi Yajna, Krishna as a super soul, Lord of all sacrifices, as Paramatma, accepting his as Paramatma and meditating on him. We saw in the 6th chapter. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana and Samadhi. Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. Yeah. Then the 7th is situated within everyone's heart. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Hrideshu Tishtati Arjuna. Arjuna is residing in everyone's heart. Clear? And now, the 8th question. Arjuna's 8th question is the main subject matter. How can one attain the spiritual destination at the time of death? It is most important. Examination to everyone is the most important thing. Then what is the use of going to the school or college anywhere if you don't have any exams? If you're not been, you don't have any. And why should we become serious if we don't have examination? Only examinations make us serious, isn't it? See here, let's say this is art of dying. Actually, it is an art. When you have learned this Bhagavad Gita, you take any of your life activities. For example, you can take a musician. Just give him 2 sticks to his hand, wherever he is, even on the drums or even on the table or somewhere. You can just compose a music by his 2 sticks, just beating the drum or something, because that is the art he has learned. For example, for a painter, you just give a paper and this thing brush. Wherever he is, he just starts painting and can give a wonderful picture to us. If you have learned this art of dying, wherever you are, whatever the activities you are doing, you are perfectioned your life to die. At any moment, you can die in a perfect way, or else you'll be able to win the death. A devotee can even win the death. But see, for our blunt senses to see, for our vision, it seems that yes, everyone are dying. Even a devotee is dying, even a non-devotee is dying, everyone are dying. What's the use? You say this, isn't it? But when you see a cat, when it is carrying a rat in its mouth, and when it is carrying its own kittens in its mouth, is there any difference? There's a gulf of difference. There's a huge difference. Now the cat is being killed in the mouth of, the rat has been killed in the mouth of cat, but the kittens has been protected. The same way, death in this material world, what we see, for the devotees, it is a protection. It has been taken them to the spiritual world. But for the non-devotees, it is a death. They are going to struggle. They're going to go to the hellish world and struggle for it. So there's a lot of difference. You never should claim whatever I see is complete. Yeah. Now you can see here, Krishna says, Antakale chamam yeva smaran muktva kalevaram ya prayati samad bhavam yatinastya samshaya. Most important thing. Antakale chamam eva smaran muktva kalevaram. At the time of death, if someone is able to chant the holy names of the Lord, will go back to the spiritual world. That is it. It's so simple. Just by chanting the holy names at the time of death, he'll be carried to the spiritual world. It's such a simple thing. And for this evidence, there is a story in Srimad Bhagavatam. The 6th canto, there is a story of Ajamila. You can see in this picture. So Ajamila was actually First, in this beginning of his life, he was a devotee. He was serving his spiritual master. He was serving what I can say his father, and getting the what I can say wood for the sacrifice and so many things. All the way he was serving, and he was married. What happened one day? He went to get the uh, firewood to the forest. He saw a prostitute. He got attracted. So much so that even he gave up all his life. Gave up his wife, a beautiful, wonderful, chaste wife. He gave up her. He gave up his spiritual master and even father, family, everything he went behind him. Just seeing a prostitute. Once union with another Shudra, because she was half naked or something like that. He got so much attracted to her. And he gave up everything and went behind her. And he started serving her. And she said, and he was requesting for an association with her. She was saying, no, you're a pure Brahmana. How can you come to me? You better, in the first, she guided her. But he was so adamant that he wants her association. Then she said, okay, if you want my association, there's many conditions. What is that? You have to drink. You have to eat meat. Okay? You have to earn anyway, even by stealing or however. You have to take care of me. All this, these are my needs. You have to take care. He was ready for everything. Then finally, he associated with her and he stayed with her. And he had 9 children through her. And he was the most abominable person now, because he is doing all the activities which is against the scriptures, eating meat, drinking, and looting others, something, all the things he was doing, illegal things he was doing. And finally, Lord, see, we might forget the Lord. Lord will never ever forget us. Krishna says, Neha Vikramanashosti Pratyana Vidyate Solpamapyasa Dharmasya Trayato Mahato Bayat. Solpamapyasa Dharmasya, even a person, even once he chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra, never ever I'll give up him. He might give me up, but never ever. Even for the next claim, somewhere or the other, I'll protect him. And this personality was a great devotee. Now he has fallen. So Krishna sends Narada Muni to guide him. Narada Muni comes here and he guides Ajamila, saying that, see, now your wife is pregnant, the 10th child. You name him as Narayana. Okay, finally, Ajamila accepts to it. And his 10th child was named as Narayana. He started, see, the small child means everyone loves them, everything, because he's the last child. So everyone have a more love towards him. Sitting, standing, sleeping, every time he used to call Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. Lord was hearing this. Hare, my devotee is calling me, my devotee is calling me. That is why in those days, children had the name of the Lord. Govinda, Krishna, Rama. Nowadays, Pinky, Donkey, Pumpy, something on this kind of name. Who will protect us? Those times, just by calling our kid's name, we were protected. Just calling, even if it was Matajas, used to keep their name as Lakshmi, Saraswati in this way. But nowadays, only devils will come calling the names of the kids. So just see how degrading we are getting day after day. So just by calling Narayana, what happened at the time of death? At the time of death, Yamadutas, they came because he's definitely a impious person. So definitely he is qualified to go to hell. So Yamadutas came. As soon as Yamadutas came, seeing their, what I can say, their bodily form, the hairs were standing with copper heads and eyes were big, red, hard, and they were carrying their big, big swords. Seeing this, he was scared. In that scary, he started calling, he was shivering, and he started calling. His son was playing next to him. Narayana. Only once he called Narayana. Actually, you can see the death. I don't know whether you all have seen any death. You should see in the ending, they lose their consciousness. And even on the bed, they pass their urine and motion, everything. Because they are seeing Yamadutas. They are not in this our consciousness. But when we speak to them, that's it they can say. because they are in that point, they are seeing the Yamadutas, they're scared, they're shivering. When he said Narayana, Vishnudutas came. Vishnudutas came, and there's a big conversation between Yamadutas and Vishnudutas in Srinagar. Finally, he was protected. And the conversation, complete conversation he heard from Vishnudutas and Yamadutas about Dharma. It is a Dharmam tu Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. Whatever the Lord says, that is Dharma, you have to follow. Everything was heard, and finally Vishnudutas said, now all his karmic results has been vanished because it's called Narayana at the time of death. And even the Yamadutas accept this. Yes, finally they leave him and go. Then finally he'll go to Haridwar, he'll become a pure devotee, he'll go back to God. It's another story. So just by calling Narayana, you can. Now, in many of our mind, question arises. It's a very good plan, no? At the time of death, you can say, Hare Krishna. Why should I waste my time in whole day chanting? Correct, no? At the age of, actually Prahlad Maharaj says, Kaumaram Acharat, at the age of 5, you have to start chanting. That means you have to engage ourselves in devotional service. But we very intelligent, no, we are all. We think, Hare, why to waste my life? Let me work like dogs and this thing. Then at the time of death, we'll say, Krishna, Rama. That's why Krishna knows very well that we'll be having such kind of questions. Without question is answering. The next shloka says, Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam tajitente kalevaram tam tam evaiti kauntya sada tad bhava bhavitaha. What you can say at the time of death, what the consciousness you have cultivated through a whole life, sada tad bhava bhavitaha, the whole life, what consciousness you developed at the time of death, only that you can say. At the time of death, the pain, the scriptures it is said, 40,000 scorpion bites pain will be having at the time of death. I don't know whether you have taken a bite from the scorpion. Oh, it burns like anything. 40,000 scorpion bite. Just imagine. Because the Yamadutas, they come with that passion. They take our life. See, where is our life? Life is spread all over the body. Wherever the consciousness is, there is life. You all know this. We have 9 randhras in our life, in our body. Somewhere in that one randhra, they just snatch. You know the skin out. Just for example, you take this skin from the head to the leg, you just pull it out. What pain you get? Even a small cut, we are not able to tolerate. So that is the pain. Each and every living cell is being just dragged. So our prana is being just dragged in one hole. And that is the suffering. At that time, do you think that we'll be able to remember Krishna? Never. That is why we need practice. How sincerely, how attentively we are chanting now, that becomes our consciousness. Then at the time of death, very easily we'll be able to chant Hare Krishna. Krishna, one word is sufficient to get liberated. Then something, that's what now Arjuna's question is. What? I shouldn't kill everyone. I'll go to Himalayas and chant your name. Now Arjuna might say that. Krishna, what you are saying is perfect. That was my desire also. I don't want to fight here. Why should I waste my time fighting here? Let me go to Himalayas and I'll start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So Krishna says for the next 2 verses, Tasmat, therefore, what you should do? Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yuddhacha. Being a Kshatriya, your duty is to fight. So you have to remember me. Meditate on me and you have to fight. That is the instructions to us. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara. Cooking cha, working cha, office cha, whatever cha you can do. For him it is yuddha cha. Because he's a Kshatriya, he has to fight. Because I am a household woman, I should cooking cha. And I'm going to office cha. Whatever the duties you are doing in your material world, you have to do that perfectly, but meditating on the Lord. Clear? This is the most important portion. This chapter. Then later, now you can see this. Anyhow, you know this. Life is a preparation, death is examination. So you have to prepare for a examination. But There is no schedule announced for this exam. Krishna, sorry. So there is an exam, but there is no schedule. But at least for this 10th standard, PUC, all our education we have, we know that at the month of March, somewhere we'll be getting our examinations. You should get prepared for it. But for this death, there is no schedule. Anytime it can come. Even tomorrow you might get this. There is an invitation for death. Yamadutas will come. Yes, time have come. Are we prepared? No. Then start chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and start offering bhoga to the Lord. Develop relationship with the Lord and chant with love. Okay, it comes as a surprise test unannounced. When and how to prepare? When should we do this? When should we start? Shubhasya Shigram, they say. As soon as you hear this, you start anyhow. You're all very fortunate. You're all started in the first day itself. But now you should become more serious, more attentively. And the Brahma Murta you should chant. That is in the mornings. That is the time of Sattva. That is Shuddha Sattva. Wake up early morning and sit and chant. That becomes our consciousness for the day. When you practice more and more, that becomes a consciousness for our life. Then very easily we'll be able to say Lord's name at the time of death. As soon as we say Krishna, Vishnudutas will come. If you say Amma, Appa, Yamudutas will come in our life. Okay, then how? Abhyasa, practice chanting, read Bhagavad Gita, do some service. Then Anusmara, always remember Krishna. Whenever, whatever you're doing, but remember Krishna. Okay, attaining the Supreme. This is the next topic. Ashtanga Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, comparing material and spiritual world. These are the three things we'll be seeing here. So Ashtanga Yoga, anyhow, we all know we have learned something in the 6th chapter. See how difficult it is, Ashtanga Yoga. Practice Shat Chakra Yoga, rise life air to Agnya Chakra. As I said in the 6th chapter, something I'll be explaining more about this in the 8th chapter. We have 5 kinds of air that is within our body. See, they are called the functions of the Pranavayu. I hope you all heard about it. Pranavayu. See, the Apanavayu goes downwards. Vyanavayu acts to shrink and expand. Samanavayu adjusts equilibrium. Udhanavayu goes upward. This way, all the 5 Vayus make us. And that is how we have to get activated everything. And when one is enlightened, one engages all these in searching for self-realization. We start searching the soul, start searching the pranavayu, start searching for the self-realization. Once you engage this, then sometimes I was saying about sitting posture. It takes 12 years to practice. Everyone will be laughing at me. Hey, every day I'm sitting. Why should I have practiced for 12 years? Correct? So it is called as Muktasana. As I saying, we have 9 holes in our body. We should be able to cover all the 9 holes. We should be able to cover all our 9 holes. And then meditate on the Lord. That is called Muktasana. For sitting this Muktasana, it's a huge practice. And nowadays, many, I don't think, other than chairs, they're not able to sit also. And we have to have this Muktasana. So it's very difficult. Sitting itself, we cannot achieve in our life. Then you can see here the 6 chakras, how this chakras has been from the bottom. Kundalini chakra, with the help of this pranavayu, the Kundalini chakra has been taken to the next level. That is Muladhara chakra. From there, it is carried to the Swadhisthana chakra, Manipura chakra, Anahata chakra, Vishuddha chakra, and finally here it comes. One day when Mataji was asking the question, finally it has been carried till the forehead. That is Agna chakra. When the yogi does all this. He practices Yama, Niyama, Hasana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana. When he goes to this Dhyana, he's so much immersed in that, he's just able to carry everything to his Agna chakra. Then when the yogi reaches the Agna chakra between the 2 eyebrows, he is able to penetrate the Brahmarandra. Everyone know this, there's a Brahma Rantra here on the top of my head. You can see for the small kids. You touch, it will be very soft. You can very easily make a hole out of it. Yogi does that and he'll break that. He'll break and he'll take his life out or the hole in the skull and go to any planet he desires, up to the spiritual kingdom of Vaikuntha or Krishna Loka. He's able to carry his life to wherever he wishes. But don't think he wishes means wherever he can go, he's designing. What happens while going? You get attracted for Sargolaka. You get attracted from Brahmananda. You get attracted for some Vaikuntha planet. That is the end, you'll stay there. Whatever the desire you had, that is what Krishna says, he's fulfilling all our desires. Then he is carried to showing all the places. Somewhere or other he'll get attracted, he'll once again fall down. He may not go back to Godhead. But devotee definitely will go. Why? You don't have any other desire other than fulfilling the Lord's wish. He is not having any personal desires. You show him anything in this world, he is not bewildered, he is not get deviated, he is not agitated. He is just a servant of the Lord, serving the Lord. But as, for example, there's a servant of a king, he enjoys everything with the king, isn't it? The same way, being the devotee of the Lord, you'll enjoy whole world. And I claim myself that this whole world belongs to me because my father is Krishna and everything belongs to my father. And as his son, everything belongs to me, so I'll be very happy. If I don't become a devotee, then I say, this only one house belongs to me. It is very small. Once we become the devotee, you can see Srila Prabhupada, the whole world was behind him. Yeah. Yes. Then next, chant Om. This is how a yogi does. He chants the Om, then renounces all senses, sense gratification, especially sex life. Sex life is the most important thing. For a male, it is celibacy. Without brahmacharya, he cannot progress. Brahmacharya makes a brain intelligent, makes us to remember whatever we do. And for females, Matajis, it is chastity. This is how they get elevated. This is how they'll go to the next level of consciousness. This is a basic thing. And nowadays, the whole world is filled with sex, whatever you say. See, Ajamila's story, just seeing a prostitute in the forest, he fell down. But now what we are seeing? Wherever we go, only prostitutes are filled in our room. Wherever you see the boardings, whichever movie you see, what is being shown, only the sex has been attracted to you. Male getting attracted to female, female getting attracted to male. That is what has been shown all over the world. They're getting degraded. Those days, sorry to say this, in those days you should see these Matajis, this woman. See, I'm saying Matajis. The word itself says they are all equal to mother. Everyone seen in the motherly form. But nowadays, how do we see them? As sense objects. All the women, they are for our sense object. And even they are behaving the same way, just half naked like prostitutes they behind. Those days, how the prostitutes were there. Nowadays, see the college life or any life, they're just behaving the same way. So we are degrading our life unknowingly. Then we say, this is our freedom. Because I want to go to the hell. No? That is my freedom. See, when we don't have the knowledge, this is how it happens. So Bhagavad Gita, without Bhagavad Gita, there is no life. How many are spoiling their life without this knowledge? Okay, then fix mind on heart. I cannot say everything in one day, and you cannot learn everything in one day also. It takes time, but should make our life serious. Okay, Bhakti Yoga. Practice chanting, reading, seva to Lord. It's very simple, very easy. Know that you should control all your senses. Rather, you are engaging all your senses here. Anyone from any walk of life can perform this Bhakti Yoga. It's not that you should be very qualified for this. For a yogi, he should be very qualified. For a bhakta, even a shudra, even anyone at any position, he can do that. There is no need for severe renunciation. One has to just follow some regulations and perform from whichever position one is. Wherever you see this family, this picture, just mother and father. Once the mother and father engages in devotional service, automatically the kids follow them. The children, what will they do? Seeing their parents, they start learning what parents are doing. And even, for example, as parents, if we guide them, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't. They may not be able to hear to us because they're seeing what we are doing and they learn that. So it's the prime duty of the parents to show us an exemplary father, exemplary mother, how a mother should be, how a father should be. They learn seeing that. Okay, directly engage in service of the Lord, which will automatically purify us. It's very simple. Automatically you get purified. Cheto darpanamarjaram bahamaha davagni nirvapanam. Once engaging the chanting of Hare Krishna, it is something, a dust on the mirror, he's been cleaned. Then where you are able to see yourself, that's I'm a spirit soul. I am the servant of the Krishna, so that I should serve him. If you don't clean, you think, hey, I am this body. Let me have some fair and lovely on my face. Let me have some lipstick. Let me have hair dye. Let me make up my body so that I can show to everyone. No. Once you become a devotee, I am a soul. However, is my bodily form. What is there? How it bothers me. This what is knowledge. Okay, bhakti versus other processes. Bhakti brings peace. Bhakti cannot be checked. Bhakti can be performed by anyone. Bhakti liberates us. Bhakti purchases Krishna. Haribo. Such a great word. Bhakti purchases Krishna. Even Krishna has been purchased. There's a story in Srimad Bhagavatam that is Ambrish Maharaj story. Very important story. Here you can see how Krishna has been purchased by the devotee. He says that I am not Surat, I am the servant of devotees. This is at the time of it. Fortunately, tomorrow we are getting Ekadashi. And the story you'll be able to understand about it. So Ambrish Maharaj was such a great devotee. He was observing Ekadashi. In every Ekadashi, not even a single Ekadashi he'll miss. Not only he, in his kingdom, everyone, even horses, cows, every animal will be following, observing this Ekadashi. And his name and fame was just glorified in all the three worlds. And there's one person, Durvasa Muni. I hope you all know them. He's always angry. So he thought, Hare, I'm a great yogi. My name is not glorified. But this Ambrish Maharaj is a Kshatriya. Hare is a family man. How is that? His name has been glorified in all the world. I should examine him. I should test him. He'll come down. He'll come here and start. Just to test him, he comes on Dwadashi day. So today it's Ekadashi, so everything has been faster. Next day is Dwadashi. There's a particular time to break the fast. At the time he has to break, then the Ekadashi becomes complete. So he comes at the time of Dwadashi breaking time. And seeing Durvasa, Ambrish Maharaj gives him prostrate obeisances, invites him. And see, Atiti Devo Bhava. First, Atiti has to be taken care. Guest has to be taken care. He says, please, there's a time for breaking time. Please come. He says, oh, is it? Okay, I should take bath. I'll go to the river, take bath and come. You wait for me, I'll go. Actually, he has come to test him. He goes to the river and he's delaying. And Ambrish Maharaj is waiting, and the time is passing. Now, there's only a few moments to break the fast. Then he'll call all the Brahmanas. He'll ask, what should I do now? And the Brahmanas will suggest, take Tulsi Tirtha, just water. Take that. That is equivalent that you have broken your fast because you're neutral. So it is equivalent that you have broken the fast. And in other way, you're not taking anything to eat. So it is meant that you're not broken, you're not offending the guest also. Fine, is it? Good. And he'll just take the Tulsi Tirtha. Yeah, right at that time, Durvasa will enter. He becomes very angry seeing him. You are such an offender to me. You invited me, and without me, you are honoring Prasadam. You are taking Tulsi Tirtha. That means you are offending me. So he takes one hair from his head, and he just throws, and there is a great demon comes out of that hair. It is something like Pralayantaka. He comes there, he goes to swallow this Ambrish Maharaj. But what Ambrish Maharaj is doing? Just he folds both his hands. Stands there still, just meditating on the Lord. At once he meditates on the Lord, Sudarshan Chakra. I hope you all know the power of Sudarshan Chakra. It just burns the demon to ashes. And finally it starts chasing Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni was a great yogi, Seeing Sudarshan Chakra, he started running. He went to Indraloka. He requested Indra, please protect me. Indra said, Sudarshan Chakra, never ever I can forgive, help you in any way. Please go to Brahma. He goes to Brahmaloka. Brahma says, Sudarshan Chakra, it is Vishnu's weapon. I cannot do anything. Go to Shivaloka. He goes to Kailas. Then he prays to Shiva. Shiva says, Sudarshan Chakra, nothing I can go. You go to Vaikuntha. See, he was such a great yogi. He can go to Brahmaloka, Vaikuntha, Kailas, everywhere. Devotee is the supreme. Now, here Krishna says, how supreme is my devotees. Then this yogi who is Durvasa comes to you, Vaikuntha, he just gives a prostrate obeisances to him. He says, Bahimam, only it is you who can protect me. Please protect me from your weapon, Sudarshan Chakra. It is chasing me. My Sudarshan Chakra, never ever it will harm anyone. My devotees are not harmed by Sudarshan Chakra. It's been protected. That means you have committed some mistake. What happened? And he says, I went to test your devotee. Amrish Maharaj, this is what happened to me. Oh, he says, Krishna says, even I cannot order Sudarshan Chakra because I am servant of my devotees. Actually, scriptures claim me as Swarat. The first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, it says, the Lord is Swarat. He is independent. No one can control him. But Krishna is saying, no, it's a lie. I am the servant of my devotees. I cannot protect you, my dear Durvasa. You have to go to my devotee Amrish Maharaj. Request him. If he excuses, he forgives you, only then you are protected. This is the position Krishna gives to devotees. That is said, Bhakti purchases Krishna. Then he runs back to Amrish Maharaj, goes and gives a prostrate obeisance to him. I was not able to understand your power. Now I have understood. Please forgive me. And Amrish Maharaj was just standing still there waiting for Durvasa Muni for 1 year. This took 1 year to go all the places and come. 1 year he was standing there. Finally, he forgave him and prayed to Sudarshan Chakra to please forgive him. And finally served Durvasa Muni. This way, bhakti, just doing devotional service, no, even we can purchase Krishna. But it depends what kind of bhakti are we doing. Selfish bhakti or selfless bhakti. For my sake, this thing if you do, it is not a pure bhakti. Bhakti is nothing but love to the Lord. Love of Godhead, Prabhupada says. Just by offering this water, offering milk, offering fruit, offering, tomorrow I'll say many things, offering whatever we eat, give to the Lord. Build a relationship. It should be so intimate relationship with the Lord. There's so many pastimes, where Krishna, he himself surrenders to the devotees. Okay, let us go further. Bhakti versus other processes. Tell me wants sense gratification. So is given sense gratification. Jnani wants release from material misery, liberation, oneness with God. Yes, is offered accordingly. Is been provided. Yogi wants mystic siddhis. Anima, Lagima, Mahima, something like this. 8 siddhis are there. Okay, is given to him. But pure devotees wants only please Krishna. They don't need anything. Krishna is waiting. What do you need? What do you need? What can I give you? No, I don't need anything. I need only to serve you. Arey Baba, something you ask so that I'll be rid of your, others I'll become Runa. Runa in the sense, somewhere I've become dead to you because you are offering your prayers and everything. Please ask something from me. He says, no, I don't need anything. Only I always want to serve you. Then Krishna becomes servant of the devotee. So whatever he becomes a protector of the devotees. Because devotee don't need any desire. Yeah, this is pure. Then how to attain the Supreme? Ananya cheta satatam yo mam smarati nityashaha tasyaham sulabha partha nityayuktasya yoginaha. For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain. Oh, son of Pritha, because of this constant engagement in devotional service, becomes very easy. As we saw the story also, it is very easy to win the Lord by this devotional service. That is constantly. Every day chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can win Krishna. It becomes very easy process. Then Krishna says about this material world here. Mamupetya punarjanma dukkha layam shashvatam napnuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramam gataha. This material world, after attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never returns to this temporary world which is full of miseries because they have attained the highest perfection. They'll go to the topmost. Next verse, it comes where they go. They will go to the topmost world, that is Goloka Vrindavana or Vaikuntha planets. Once going there, why will they come to this miserable life? And this misery is all over the universe. Krishna says here, Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna Mamupetyati Kaunteya Punarjanmana Vidyate. From Brahmaloka to Patala, everything is a place of misery. What is this misery? Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi. Even Brahma has death, you know. All the 33 crore devatas, even they are suffering from this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadi. How will they protect? How can they save us from this? It's only Krishna. That's why Shiva says, Mukti Pradata Mukunda. It is only Krishna who can give us liberation. Others, definitely they will provide us the better life. That is this material life. Bodily condition can be improved, but not getting rid of this material portion. Clear? Then next, Bhakti liberates us. Why should we be liberated? Another question rises. No? We are all very intelligent people. You think, I'm happy here. Eating, sleeping, mating, everything is good for me now. Why should I get liberated? I'm happier. See, why should we escape the material world? And here Krishna says, because it is a place of misery and non-permanent. Dukkha alayam ashashvasham. It is a place of dukkha. It's only sorrow. For example, you go to Vidyalaya. What do you get there? Vidya. You go to Aushadalaya. What do you get there? Aushadhi, that medicines you get. You go to Madhyalaya, what do you get? You go to certainly drinks there, isn't it? The same way, you come to Dukkhalaya, what will you get? Only dukkha, only sorrow. How can you expect happiness? Krishna has not kept happiness anywhere in this material world and you're searching for it. By purchasing a house, by purchasing a bike, by purchasing or getting married, making children or something or the other you want doing, or eating this, eating that, so that I can be happy. There is no happiness anywhere in this material world. Whatever you do, you don't get happiness. Happiness comes by serving the Supreme. So why Krishna created such a place? Such an abominable place he has created. You don't have intelligence. Definitely is having. Why? Because we are offenders of Krishna. We have committed some mistake. So there's a punishment. This material world, he pushes us to this material world. That is our punishment. And for purification, criminal elements in society force authorities to create. And even this cities you can see, when we are building a city, they build a prison also. Why do they build? Because there are some people who are committing some or doing against the law of the society. Definitely there will be some thieves. Definitely there will be somebody who is breaking the signal and going. What do we need for that? We need a prison. So that by that punishment, they get purified. They'll understand, yes, I shouldn't commit this mistake once again. That is how our world has been created. And what is the punishment has been given? Birth, death, old age, disease. And who is taking care of this? There's a jail, means there should be a jailer also, no? Who's that jailer? It is Durga Devi. You can see in this picture. It's Durga Devi who, actually she is the servant of Krishna. She's just taking the orders of Krishna and everything is going accordingly. That's what Krishna says. Daiviyeshu Kutamaya Mama Maya Duratyaya Mamevaya Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. In the 7th chapter, we saw this. Actually, she's holding this Trishula. You know that? What is that Trishula? She is just poking that or speaking that Trishula and purifying us. There are 3 kinds of kleshas. Adhyatmika, Adi Daivika, and Adi Bhautika. 3 kinds of miseries. One misery is by the devatas. Adi Devataha, that is coming from as earthquake, tsunami, or heavy rains, or heavy drought, or something in this way. Everyone are struggling with this. And then Adi Bhautika, this you get by other living entities. Some mosquitoes will bite us, some dogs will bite us, or somebody is scolding us, something all will be happening where I'm getting pain from this. And Adhyatmika, getting pains by my own diseases. For example, stomach ache, headache, or something like this. Sometimes no need to have any stomach pain or headache also. Early morning you get up, you become very sorrow. Why? No reason also. You'll be sorrow. Sometimes you'll be very happy. We don't know, because mentally also you are facing certain things. In this way, Adhyatmika. In this way, three kinds of sufferings we keep on suffering. And it is the Durga Devi's duty. She purifies us. See, actually, the gold has been burnt. Why? You get a pure gold. When it has been taken from the gold ore, what is the carat of the gold? It will be something around 10 carats, 12 carats, 8 carats, something like this. When they start burning, it gets purified. It becomes 22 carat, 24 carat gold. That is a pure gold, no? To come to that level, it has been burnt like anything. That is why our life should be always with, I said, no, yesterday I was saying, problems are good. When you are getting these problems, when you're getting these challenges in our life, that means I am progressing. There's an opportunity to progress, win these difficulties. Clear? That's what Durga Devi is helping us to come to the next level of plan. Then here the punishment you can see. Janmamriti Jalavedi, it comes in 84 lakh species. Jalajanava Lakshani, Stavara Laksha Vimshati. That is, in the watery body, we spend 9 lakh species. That means we are spending 9 lakh birth, death, old age, disease, 9 lakh times in the body, in the watery bodies. Then Stavara Lakshani, we come as a trees and mountains. In this way, 20 lakhs. How many? 20 lakh lifetimes we are spending and coming. Then we come to Krimeyo Rudra Sankhya. That is 11 lakhs in the insects and reptiles, 10 lakhs as birds, 30 lakhs as various quadrupeds. That is 4-leg animals. 30 lakhs. And then finally we come as 4 lakh in human life. That means sometimes will be tribals, sometimes will be a Muda, Naradama, Maya, Prasad, Jnana in this way. It is so difficult to come to an ordinary human life where we are sitting here and hearing Bhagavad Gita and the knowledge, the message of the Supreme Lord. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. Brahmanda Brahmite, Iri Brahmanda, that is the whole universe. We are the fortunate souls. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jiva. Who is very Bhagyavan, who is very fortunate, is able to receive this message of Krishna. He is able to receive the Guru Krishna's mercy. Then he'll be able to become a devotee and he is able to liberate from this material world. Definitely we are fortunate of fortunates. But we have to utilize our fortunate. Engage that in our life. After hearing the message also, if you don't perform it, you don't participate in it. I request everyone to turn on your videos. Well, at least during Kirtan, you tap your hands, clap and sing. But what we do? I'm sleeping still, I cannot do this. Something he'll be doing. Or I have so many works. Yes, at least for this 18 days, sincerely you do. Later part, at least you can practice in your life. Okay. Then a person without walls. Sorry, a prison without walls. How this material world has been created? A jail. Definitely jail should have walls, no? But special jail for us, that is Krishna has created. It is the 3 modes. That is Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. Goodness, passion, and ignorance. We ask, leave this material world and go. He says, no, I'll not go. For example, in the jail, someday a prisoner is been said, you just escape this jail and go. If you say, so, no, I'll not go out, means what we think? Array is a fool. Correct. Jailer is open the doors. He say, you run away from here. Nothing has been going to, I'm not going to catch hold of you. The prisoner, he says, no, I want to be inside. It's very happy here. He's fool, no? We are all the fools. Because Krishna has given the opportunity to take this Bhagavad Gita of knowledge and just escape from this jail. But we say, no, I'm very happy. I'm eating, sleeping, mating, even everything I'm doing here very well. I'll be here only. Only fools do this. But intelligent persons, they take up very seriously, start. Somehow or the other, I would escape this material. That way. Yeah. Now, Krishna says, by escaping this material world, giving up this material world, what are you going to achieve? Is giving the spiritual words little bit, what you say, jalak or this. You go for a sweet stall. When you say, sir, the sweet is very good. Take little bit sweet, you will come to know the taste. Once we taste, oh, it's very good. Okay, give me that 1 kilo is in. The same way Krishna is showing the spiritual world. This is this spiritual world. It will be in this qualities. Please see. It will be eternal, infallible, unlimited bliss, fulfills all desires, all attractive, unmanifested, transcendental, supreme destination, a place of no return. This has been explained in all the scriptures, and Brahma Samhita, Brahma explains. Chintamani prakara satma shukalpa vriksha laksha vruteshu surabhira vipalayantam Lakshmi sahasrashata sambrama sevyamanam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. It's a place of Chintamani stones. Touchstones. Just by touching it, even the iron rod transforms to gold. This filled with Chintamani. And this kalparuksha, trees with kalparuksha, desire fulfilling trees. You go and ask anything with the tree, it fulfills. Not only fruits. You ask for mango, you ask for banana, you ask for anything, it fulfills. You say, I need a beautiful wife. Okay. You need a beautiful house. Okay. Anything you ask. And there is Surabhi. Surabhi cows where the milk is just flowing, and the milk is more precious than the nectar, Such kind of a milk. And it is just unlimitedly flowing. Even the grass in the spiritual world has been grown with the milk. That is the reality. And Lakshmi Devis, we pray for Lakshmi. Lakshmi, please give me some money. There are Sahasra Lakshmis. Millions of Lakshmis are waiting to serve the Lord. Just see the opulence of the spiritual. Krishna is giving small sweet to us. You taste this, and you'll be able to come. Now, theoretically, we are learning this. Once you enter the spiritual world, you'll be able to enjoy with Krishna all this. Clear? Now, what do they attain? Now, about the yogi and the bhakta. Here Krishna says, Avyaktokshara ityuktastam aho paramam gatim yam prapyanani vartante tadhama paramam mama. That which the Vedantas describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as a supreme destination, that place from which, having attained it, one never returns. Arjuna, that is my supreme abode. You read this Vedas, no? Read all the scriptures. They say there's a supreme world, there's a great world there, that's something. All they say, no, that world is mine. A person who gets engaged in my service, he comes there. Clear? If he engage somebody else, why will? If somebody is pleasing to me, I'll invite to my house. If somebody is pleasing others, they'll be invited to their house. Correct? And Krishna is in the top house. Eternal, the blissful. Anyhow, I showed you yesterday, I think, in this Goloka chat. Even you can see behind me also. There's material world and spiritual world. Beyond that, there's Goloka Vrindhavana. Krishna is saying the supreme abode, it's mine. A person engages in my devotional service, he'll be qualified to enter my world. And from 23 to 28, you can see how to attain supreme. Yogis passing the world at right time. Yogis actually, living their life at the Brahmarandra, the exact time, it should be in Uttarayana, in the daytime, Shukla Paksha. If not, they're not able to. If not, what happens? For example, this cricket match or shuttlecock something, they'll be playing. The batsman, he'll be missing many balls, Nothing happens to him. But here, only once he can give up his life. By giving up that life, it becomes night. It becomes Krishna Paksha. It becomes Dakshinayana. What happens? Once again, he will fall down. That is why Arjuna asks, Krishna, what will happen to them who don't fulfill, who are not perfect in their activities? Krishna said, next level, I'll give them his better life. The devotee life, I'll give them. So practicing is so difficult, Once you just give up your life here, and that time is something like a night, then you may not go reach. If you are doing it perfectly, then you might be able to reach to the Vaikuntha planets. Even then, you'll be seeing all the planets. If you get attracted anywhere, you'll fall down. If you're not getting attracted to anything, then you'll be carried to Vaikuntha planets. Okay, Bhakta, 3 of those rules. Bhaktas don't have any rules and regulations. I'll say one small example to understand this. For example, a child is crossing the road, you think, with the help of father. That means we are crossing this Bhavasagara, this material world, with the help of our father, Krishna. Both yogi and bhakta, both are doing the same thing. But what is the small difference? When they're crossing the road, if the child holds the father's hand, what happens? He'll be crossing, yes, tightly is catching hold of the father's hand. When there's a big truck coming, with a big horn, what happens? In scary, he might leave the hand of the father. Or there's some playing things which is coming at the time of crossing the road. He sees that and he gets attracted, he'll leave the hand of the father. That is the situation of a yogi. But bhakta, a devotee, he gives the hand to his father. Father is holding the hand of the child. What happens? When he's taking to that, crossing the road, even let be a truck or a car or a bike, anything comes. This father is intelligent enough, he takes the child properly. Even any playing things is coming, he is not getting agitated, he is taking him. But the child very easily gets disturbed. That is the simple difference between a yogi and a bhakta, where he is completely surrendered to Krishna. So Krishna, he himself comes to this material world, catches hold of this devotee and he takes him back to spiritual world. There is no need that he has to give his life at the same time and he has to go back. See, devotional service encompasses everything. Here you can see, how do they attain? According to Vedic opinion, there are two ways of passing from this world, one in light and one in darkness. When one passes in light, one does not come back. But when one passes in darkness, it returns. As I said, yogi, sometimes he gives up his life. At any moment, he can come back. If it is a wrong time or a wrong this thing, he comes back. Although the devotees know these two paths, devotees know very well, but still, Arjuna, they are never bewildered. Therefore, be always fixed in devotion. We no need to bother at what time you are dying. Even die at night, midnight you die. Krishna is there next to us, he will catch hold of us and he'll go. But for yogi, there is no Krishna. He himself has to catch hold of him and go. Clear? And last verse, Krishna says here, a person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas. For a devotee, there is no need to read the Vedas and follow accordingly because Krishna personally takes care of him, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. Nothing to be done when you take up Krishna consciousness, because Krishna consciousness includes everything in it. When you have 100 rupees in your hand, that includes 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 30 rupees, everything has been included in it. No need that you have to have another note for 10 rupees and 20 rupees. That is what devotional service is. It is complete. That we saw it. Karma, the ladder also we saw. Ultimately, it is Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Dhyana Yoga, then Bhakti Yoga. It is ultimate. That is what Krishna is saying here. Just by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and offering Bhoga to the Lord, our life is perfect. Then simply by performing devotional service, he attains all this. And at the end, he reaches the spiritual eternal abode just by doing our activities. That is what chanting and offering, that is sufficient. We make our life perfect. And after giving up this body, definitely we are reaching the spiritual world, the Supreme Lord abode, that is Goloka Vrindavana, and we are going to be with Krishna. Clear? So happy to hear. But we have to do only not hearing, we have to practice. Okay, now in this today's chapter, what is the doubts? Arjuna's doubts or questions have been answered. Then our exam. What is our exam? Health. So we have to start our preparation for our exams. And attaining the Supreme, how yogis, it's difficult, but for a devotee, how simple it is. And finally, okay. So for tomorrow, what is it? Tomorrow is the most important chapter I was saying. It's the 9th chapter. It said Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam, the king of all knowledge and the king of all secrets. All the secrets will be revealed tomorrow by Krishna in this chapter. Okay. Then now there is a quiz link. So please request each and everyone to attend. Okay. Now let us chant once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rinadapi Sunichena Tarorapi Sahishtuna Amanina Manadena Kirtanya Sada. So here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, what is that? Kirtanya Sada Hari, chanting always. What is the mood of us? What is the qualities that should develop? One can chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind. thinking himself lower than the straw in the street. Humility, the most important quality to become a devotee. Then one should be more tolerant than the tree. Should be very tolerant. Anything comes in our life, you have to accept it. Just accept and try to be happy. Tolerate it. Try to tolerate. Don't react. Just try to tolerate. Then devoid of all sense of false prestige and ready to offer all respects to others. Don't expect respect. Oh, they should respect me. They should say good morning to me. My position is that. I am that. I am this. No, don't expect that. But rather respect everyone. See that everyone are part and parcel of the Lord. Paramatma is residing near you and start respecting them. Everyone have one or the other good quality. Even a thief, even a rogue will be having one quality where after stealing something, he'll go and use to some beggar something. Somewhere each and every person is having one good quality. At least we should be qualified to see that and respect it. Okay. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. And another understanding, when you start chanting constantly, automatically you will be able to acquire all these qualities automatically within us. Okay. This is our Lakshmi Narasimhadev, Gandharvika Giridhari, and ISKCON HPR. And now, if anyone is having any questions, then raise your hands. Meanwhile, I request Chandrasekhar Prabhu to say the announcement, the reporting. Sridhar Prabhu is raising the hand. Actually, raising the hand is somewhere is the option, Prabhu. Yeah, I'll just unmute you. I'll ask you to unmute. You can unmute. Yes, you can speak.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Death in ಡೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ತೀರೋದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೀರೋದ್ರೆ ಅವರು ಪುನಃ ಬರ್ತಾರ?
ಖಂಡಿತ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಪ್ರಭು. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೆ
ಅಲ್ಲ, ಡೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದ್ರು ತೀರೋದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಬರ್ತಾರ ಇಲ್ಲ ನೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ತೀರೋದ್ರೆ?
ಇದು ಯೋಗಿಗೆ, ಇದು ಒಂದು ಯೋಗಿಗಳಿಗೆ. ನಾವು ಯೋಗಿಗಳಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಧಾರಣ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವ್ರ ಕರ್ಮಾನುಸಾರವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರು ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇದು ಯೋಗಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ. ಅದ್ರ ಭಕ್ತನಾದವನಿಗೆ ಅದರ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲಾಗಿದೆ. ನಾನಿಲ್ಲಿ ಯೋಗಿನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ ಭಕ್ತನೂ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ಮಾನುಸಾರವಾಗಿ ನನಗೆ ಫಲಿತಾಂಶಗಳು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ
ಓಕೆ.
Ankita Kumari Mataji. Sorry, Prabhu, I'm taking the questions.
It's okay.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
So my question is, what is the difference between Bhakti Yoga and Buddhi Yoga? Because Buddhi Yoga, the term Buddhi Yoga has also been used in Gita, right?
Yes.
So what is the difference between the two?
Both are same, Mataji.
Okay, same.
Yes.
Okay. And one more question, that going to Godhead and going to Gokul Vrindavan, is that same, both of them?
See, Krishna's pastimes. There's Gokula, there is Vrindavana, there is Dwaraka, Mathura, everything. Actually, it's one place. Mathura, there's so many things. It's a big, what I can say. Where do you stay, Mataji?
In Bangalore.
Bangalore, very good. In Bangalore, where do you stay?
Electronic City.
Electronic City, very good. In Electronic City, where do you stay?
Niladri Nagar.
Yes. That means you are staying in Bangalore. Somebody says, I'm in Amulya Residences somewhere there. He's also staying in Bangalore. If I say HPR layout, I'm staying in Bangalore. Somebody in Sadashiv Nagar, somebody in Rajaji Nagar, somebody anywhere. It is Bangalore. So how do you consider it? How do you take it? When you come more depth into the spirituality, it has been, what I can say, we become more mature, you'll be able to understand more. So now it is our starting spiritual life, isn't it? So for spiritual, it is only one. You have to take in that way. When we progress to the next levels, then we can see the differences between the Vrindavan, Dwaraka There's a difference. Aishwarya Bhav is Dwaraka and Vrindavan is pure love in this way. And what is Gokula? What all the differences?
And God's head?
Yes, Mataji?
God's head?
God's head, Godhead.
Godhead, yeah.
Godhead is Krishna. Very simple. Godhead means is the head of everyone. That's why Prabhupada uses Godhead. Supreme Personality of Godhead he uses. Okay, Godhead means it is Krishna. That is it. Even in Vrindavan it is Krishna. Even in Dwaraka it is Krishna. Everywhere it is.
Okay. To any one of the area, like any one of the world, right? It will be considered as Godhead only. Like in Gokul Vrindavan, any of the area will be considered as Godhead only, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And if you can, like not now, but in the upcoming classes also, if you can make us understand this chart, because it is having so many things. So this.
Yes. See, I can explain that, but it depends that are you able to understand that also?
Okay.
Qualified to do that? No. For example.
Maybe at the end of the all the lessons.
No, Mataji. It takes time. Anyhow, we'll be continuing this. We will not stop this for 18 days. And after that also we'll have some chanting sessions so that you can attend. At least when you come to certain level, I'll show you that at which level what. At least there if we come and then you'll be able to understand this. Because we have to come out of certain illusory things, no? We're having some materialistic understandings. We have to come make our consciousness spirituality. Now, in this Big Bang theory, in this material completely, where it is against the spiritual understandings, spiritual reality, we are living in this illusion. Even understand, showing this Goloka chat and making you to understand, you may not be able to understand.
Okay.
Even great acharyas, they are taking their lifetimes to understand. And each and small particles information also has been given in the scriptures. Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto, it clearly explains the creation, how this world is running, how many planets are there, where is sun, where is moon, and where is that Meru mountain, how it's rotating, everything, the gravitational pull, the balancing thing, how the Lord is taken care, everything has been said here. Thing, many times even after reading that, anyhow, tomorrow I'll say this. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. It is the secret of all knowledge. That's why Krishna says, Bhaktya Mam Avijanati Avanyas. Till then we don't surrender to the Lord. Till then we don't chant. Till then we don't offer to the Lord with love. It is very difficult to understand this transcendental knowledge. Okay.
Yeah. One more question I have. That we have heard that God is one, but he has many forms of him, right? Like God is one, the Supreme is one, and he has so many forms. So is it like all the deities, like Sri Narayan or Durga Ma? So these all these deities are form of Krishna, or they are separate entities?
No. They are separate entities. See, as I was saying, Vishnu Tattvas are all the same. The expansions of Krishna are the same. But in that sense, even we are part and parcel of Krishna. Mamaivamsha Jivaloki Jivabhuta Sanatana. But we are servants. We are servants of the Lord. It's the same thing the Devatas. All whoever is in this material world, including Brahma, all are living entities. Actually, Brahma is a post. Even you can get qualified to it and you can become Brahma. Actually, we all entered this material world in the form of Brahma. Then finally, we got degraded day after day, day after day. Now we are come to this position. After many millions and millions of lifetimes, after this 84 lakh species getting degraded, then now we are getting an opportunity to develop my consciousness by this human body. So now we have to utilize that. Otherwise, once again, if you miss out, definitely we'll go back to the animal planet, animal kingdom, where once again we have come to all the 84 lakh species.
So these deities resides in which?
They are different lokas.
Okay.
It's within this universe. All Devata lokas. In the Swarga loka, there is one second, Mataji. You able to see this?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I think also Ankita Mataji had slight confusion with the name. I think Goloka chart, she got confused with Gokul, I guess. So just to clarify.
Are they different?
Yes. So Goloka is a place where Krishna resides. Gokula is the place where Krishna spent his pastimes. Prabhuji can explain better. So that's why she is a little bit confused, like Godhead and Gokula both are same. So attaining Supreme Godhead is reaching the Goloka Vrindavan. Goloka Vrindavan is a abode of Krishna.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
You got it now, understood.
Yes. Okay. So Goluka and Gokula are.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
realized that you had that confusion with the words here.
Thank you, Prabhu. I was thinking something Mataji has understood more, so she's asking more. This thing. So what we see, this Vrindavana, Gokula, everything in this material world is different than this Goloka Vrindavana, which is a spiritual world.
Hmm.
And this is Vaikuntha planets. Actually,
Okay.
see this Vaikuntha planet in our, sometimes they show, no, there are 7 doors where there is Narayana there. That is this Vaikuntha Loka within this universe, not outside the universe. And Durvasa Muni went to Vaikuntha, we say, no?
Hmm.
That is also in this universe, within this universe only, where Kshirodaya Kashai Vishnu is there with the milk ocean. Actually, there he goes.
Okay.
Here, actually, Vaikuntha planets are here. So, we give up our life, then finally we'll just penetrate this material world, our universe. We go back from this is all the whole material world. This is Brahmajyoti. Finally, we'll go beyond this Brahmajyoti to Vaikuntha planets. But a pure devotee of the Lord, even he crosses all this Vaikuntha lokas, he will go to this Goloka Vrindavana. Clear?
Okay.
Somewhere still, that's why I said it takes time to understand. Not so easy. It takes some more time.
Sure.
Yes, you keep on chanting and develop your consciousness to that level. Definitely, we are all just taken birth now in spiritual life. As a kid, it is difficult to understand. Once you start progressing, you'll be able to study more and more, understand more and more by our purification. Not only reading books and hearing. This is all both simultaneously, but chanting is most important thing, where it makes us more purified and eating prasadam. By this, we get qualified to understand the higher consciousness subjects. And we'll be able to understand Krishna and Krishna's work, everything. Like Acharyas, how they understand, the same way. Sukadeva Goswami was able to say all the 14 Manvantaras, something, billions and millions of years back, what has happened. He was able to say that. And millions of years later, what is going to come, he was able to say that also. So Krishna actually sitting in the heart, he reveals. We are being very ignorant. We are not even able to see Krishna within our heart. Great souls, Krishna reveals to them. In the 10th chapter, Tesham satata yuktanam vajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenama mobhyat. Krishna gives the intelligence, reveals everything within the heart. Okay?
Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Chandrasekhar Prabhu.
Okay. Yes, bro. I'll share the report book quickly.
Yes.
You can see the report, bro.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So yesterday, around 68 devotees attended the session, and 40 devotees attended the quiz. And chanting was done by around 26 devotees, and Naivedya was performed by 22 devotees. And there was.
Yes. In festival days, I think everyone should offer. No?
And there was one, it's not question, just I just wanted to bring it up. So Praveen Kumar says, some soul take birth as lion, but instead of jungle, they spend life in zoo. Also, some take birth as dogs, but enjoy the comforts of bungalow and AC cars, which is worse than poor human suffering. You want to say something about this, bro?
Definitely, this is depends on our karma. See, for example, as I was saying, you're having a lot of desire to eat non-veg, eat meat. So our next life will be lion, tiger, a cat, a dog, whatever is eating the flesh. It can be even an eagle. It can be even a bird life. It can be a crocodile life. Anything to fulfill our desire. So our desire was not only to eat meat. Along with that, we had another many millions of desires were there. To fulfill all our desires, I take a form accordingly. I had a desire to fly and eat meat. So I became a bird. I had a desire to swim and eat meat. I became a fish. In this way, it depends. And even the karmas, even you take a life of a dog or a lion, it depends. You are very good personality now. Because of our consciousness, you have taken the birth of a dog. But you have done so many good things. So Krishna gives you a life as a dog somewhere in Switzerland, where you are given a 5-star hotel there. Oh, there are 4 servants for the dog. In that way, you have taken care. And even that consciousness of dog, you are an abominable person, you think. You committed so many mistakes. You take the life as a dog in the streets. Whoever is passing, throwing stones on you. And sometimes you can see the dog's life also, where the leg has been broken. Some cars pass on that. Something all happens. You think, oh, accident. No accident. Nothing. Even a single blade will not, grass of blade will not move without the order of Krishna. Nothing called accidents. So even that is according to the order of Krishna only happens. And because of his karma. Even the dog, even you can see in dog's life also, some dogs get food, even the street dogs, some dog will get food and some dog will not get the food. This is all our karma. But one thing, when you are in animal life, you don't acquire karma. You see, for example, cat killing a rat, it will not acquire more karma in that. It's only human being who acquires the karma. He'll be having results for his activities. And for that, this 84 lakh species. For example, wherever in that 84 lakh species he goes, from there he has to pass all that lifetimes, then finally he'll give an opportunity as a human life. We don't utilize that human life. So once again, we have to suffer. Okay. Yes, Prabhuji. Next, Vinuta Mataji, Nandaraj.
ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Hare Krishna.
ಅದನ್ನ ನೀವ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡೆ. ಮನುಷ್ಯರಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವ್ರವ್ರ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು ಮಾಡಿದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಹುಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅದು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ಅವಕ್ಕೇನು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳೇದು ಕೆಟ್ಟದು, ಅವು ಸತ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು ಹೇಗೆ ಅನ್ನತ್ರ
ಕರ್ಮಗಳು ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಇದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ನಾಯಿ ಬೆಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ, ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಹೊರತುಪಡಿಸಿ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಕರ್ಮಗಳು ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಕರ್ಮದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಅದೇ ಒಂದು ನಾಯಿ ಒಬ್ಬನ ಕಚ್ಚೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಕೊಲ್ಲೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಇದು ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಪೂರ್ವ ಜನ್ಮದ ಕರ್ಮಾನುಸಾರವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇವಾಗ ಯಾವ್ದು ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ.
ಅವು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಅದು ಸತ್ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೈಫ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗೆ ಹಂಗೆ
ಸತ್ಮೇಲೆನೆ. ಹೌದು, ಅದ್ 84 ಲಕ್ಷ ಯೋನಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಅದೇ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಶ್ಲೋಕ ಬಂತಲ್ಲ, ಜಲಜನವ ಲಕ್ಷಾನಿ ಅಂತ. ಮೊದಲು ನಮ್ಮ ಲೈಫ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಜೀವನ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ನೀರಿನ ಇದರಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಂತರ ಭೂಮಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಮರಗಿಡಗಳಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ, ನಂತರ ಕ್ರಿಮಿಕೀಟಗಳಾಗ್ತಿವಿ, ನಂತರ ಈ ಒಂದು ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳಾಗ್ತಿವಿ, ಅದರ ನಂತರ ನಾವು ಈ ಒಂದು 4 ಕಾಲುಗಳ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಾಗ್ತಿವಿ, ಅದರ ನಂತರ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜೀವನ ಅಂತ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆನ ಅಷ್ಟು ಕಲುಷಿತಗೊಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಮೀನಾದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಫು ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಜೀವರಾಶಿಗಳನ್ನ ದಾಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆಯನ್ನು ಕಲುಷಿತಗೊಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಪಕ್ಷಿಯಾದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅವಾಗ ನಾನು ಕ್ರಿಮಿಗಳ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ನೀರಿನ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ. ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳಿಂದ ಮತ್ತೆ 4 ಪಾದದ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಾಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಆದ ಹುಲಿ ಸಿಂಹ ಅದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಜೀವನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಂತರ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ, ಇದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ, ಇದು ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರದ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇವಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳೋದು. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಸಿಂಹ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸಿಂಹ ಸತ್ತ ನಂತರ ಹುಲಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟುತ್ತೆ. ಹುಲಿ ಸತ್ತ ನಂತರ ಚಿರತೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟುತ್ತೆ. ಚಿರತೆ ಸತ್ತ ನಂತರ ನಾಯಿ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟುತ್ತೆ. ನಾಯಿ ಸತ್ತ ನಂತರ ಬೆಕ್ಕಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟುತ್ತೆ. ಬೆಕ್ಕು ಸತ್ತ ನಂತರ ಇದಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟುತ್ತೆ. ನಂತರ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಅದು ಹಸು ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಸುವಿನ ನಂತರ ಅದು ಮನುಷ್ಯನಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆನ ನಾನು ಕ್ಷೀಣಿಸಗೊಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಕಲುಷಿತಗೊಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಇವಾಗ ಬೆಕ್ಕಾದೆ. ಬೆಕ್ಕಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಹಂಗೇ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ. ಸಿಂಹ ಅದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸಿಂಹದಿಂದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಲುಷಿತಗೊಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟು ಜನ್ಮಗಳು ನಾನು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಒಂದು ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ಭಗವಂತ.
ಮನುಷ್ಯರು ಏನ್ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗಿ
ಎಸ್. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಬೈತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ನಾಯಿ ತರ ಹೊಗಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. 10 ಜನರಿಗೆ ಊಟ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ, 10 ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಜನ್ಮ ಕಡ್ಡಾಯವಾಗಿ ನಂದು ನಾಯಿ ಜನ್ಮ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಏನೋ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ನಲ್ಲ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ವಿಟ್ಜರ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ನಾಯಿಯಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ನಾನು 84 ಲಕ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದೊಂದು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, 70 ಲಕ್ಷನೋ 60 ಲಕ್ಷನೋ ಏನೋ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಜೀವನ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಗಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಒಳ್ಳೆ ನಾಯಿಯಾಗಿ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬೆಕ್ಕಾಗಿ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಇಲಿನೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಇದಿಟ್ಟು ಸಾಕೋರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪಕ್ಷಿಗಳನ್ನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಸಾಕೋರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಜೀವನನೇ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ. ಇವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಕಲುಷಿತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಸರಿ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋರಿಗೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಒಳ್ಳೆತನ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸಿಂಹ ಆಗಿದ್ರು ಸರಿನೇ, ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಬಲಿಷ್ಠನಾದ ಸಿಂಹನಾಗಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಂಹಗಳನ್ನ ಹೋರಾಡ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ನಾನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸೋಲ್ಸಿ ಗೆಲ್ಲೋ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿಂಹ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲೂ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಶಕ್ತಿಹೀನನಾಗಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀನಿ. ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿಂಹ ಬಂದು ನನ್ನನ್ನು ಕಚ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ನಾನು ಇದು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು ಅನುಭವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀನಿ. ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳು ಮಾಡೋ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರವಾಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಫಲಿತಾಂಶ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಂಶಯ ಇಲ್ಲ.
ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಮಾಡೋರಿಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹಸುವಾಗಿ
ಎಂತ ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೂನು ಸರಿನೇ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳ ಜೀವನ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪ್ರಜ್ಞೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜನ್ಮ ಸಿಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬರ್ದಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸಾರಿ, once again I came to Kannada, so you can just make a note of it. Whatever the pious activity you do, whatever the good activities you do, karma, definitely next life will be animal life. Human life is meant only for atata brahma jignasa, to question myself and make me perfect by engaging in the Lord's service. If I don't do that, whatever the pious activities if I do also, I'll go to the animal life. Yes, definitely I'll get a better animal life. That I was saying, even in the life of lion, tiger, whatever you come, you'll be very powerful, you'll be very strengthened, and you can just dominate your this thing, whatever the animal life you are. But never you can be a human life, never you can get human life other than doing Krishna consciousness. Because human life is meant for Atato Brahma Jignasa. That is to question myself, who am I, what is my life, and what is the relationship between Lord and the living entity. And if I do engage accordingly, that's why Krishna says, Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayata mahato bhayat. Even if we start chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra unattentively, even then next life will be a human life. Because he'll give you a better opportunity to fulfill your duties. If you don't come to Krishna consciousness, even you are greatest of the great pious person, definitely your next life will be animal life. But yes, good animal life. 5-star animal life. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ ನಮಸ್ತೆ.
ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ.
ಈಗಿನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವ ಕಷ್ಟಗಳನ್ನ ಅಥವಾ ದೋಷ ಮುಕ್ತನಾಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಧ್ಯಾನ ಒಂದೇ ದಾರಿಯ ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಉಂಟಾ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಲೆಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ?
Harer Nama iva kevalam kalau nasteva gatir anyata. Bere gati illa Harinama onde ee ondu Kaliyugakke. Simple.
Thank you.
Instructions are very clear for this Kaliyuga, especially to this Kaliyuga. It is only Hare Krishna Mahamantra. There is no other way. For other yugas, Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, there is other way. They were doing dhyana in the Satya Yuga. They were doing the sacrifices in the Treta Yuga. They were doing deity worship in the Dwapar Yuga. But for Kali Yuga, it's only chanting. You cannot make our life by doing deity worship in this Kali Yuga. We cannot make our life perfection by doing dhyana or sacrifice. Then there is no results for that. Definitely there are some results, but it will not apply for this Kali Yuga. Because our disease is different, indifferent to that. For example, I am having a headache. If I eat hundreds of tablets, which is related to stomach pain, liver damage, anything, my headache will not be cured. Clear?
Right.
Same way, my disease is what? That's the medicine, Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So I have to accept it. Yes, Prabhu, your next question.
Otherwise, you mean to say that Hare Krishna, Hare Rama is the mantra to all the diseases, whatever we have in this Kali Yuga life.
Yes, definitely. You are making it all the disease, but I say it's only one disease. Okay. That is, Kali Yuga is having only one disease.
But if most of the Purohits will say, na Guru Bala Kadame ide, Shani Bala illa, adilla anta heltala. Is it hold good in Bhagavad Gita, according to Bhagavad Gita?
Yes, it is quoted in the Vedas. Because Bhagavad Gita is beyond this Shastra Bala, no, beyond this Graha Bala. It's very superior to it. That means even you're controlling the planets. Being by devotional service, you're controlling the planets, not that planets are controlling, not that Shani is controlling you. You are controlling Shani by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It is so superior. That's why we are not able to understand. Very easily we are getting this. So we are not able to understand how can Hare Krishna Mahamantra be powerful. Definitely it is powerful than the planets. It's Guru Bala or this thing, Jupiter, Saturn, whatever it is. You are able to control that planet by devotional service. So even that, what I can say, inauspicious planets turns to your house where it becomes auspicious by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. That is the power of the holy name, Krishna. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Bridge.
Yes.
Deity worship ಅದೇನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ
deity worship ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ವಿಗ್ರಹ ನಮ್ ತೃಪ್ತಿಗೆ.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದೇನು
ಅರ್ಥ deity worship ಅಂದ್ರೆ
ಮೀನಿಂಗ್
deity worship ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಗ್ರಹ ಆರಾಧನೆ.
ವಿಗ್ರಹ
ಭಗವಂತನ ಇಟ್ಟು ಪೂಜೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅದು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. But see, everywhere I am pleased by doing it. Should I do sacrifice? I can do. I shouldn't do meditation. I can do. Who is stopping me? I can do all. But definitely it will not take to me ultimate, or it will not solve my solution. It will not solve my problem. My problem is indifferent to all this. My problem is related only to Hare Krishna Mahamantra. When I chant only, my problem will be solved. If I do other things, yes, I'll be pleased. Peace of mind. Everything will come, but I'll not get liberated from this material. So it's only Hare Krishna can liberate me. Okay? Yes, Prabhu. Okay. Yes, Chandrasekhar Prabhu, can we wind up for today? You are on mute, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. No more questions are there. I think we can wind up.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Okay, I thank each and every devotee who has participated in today's session. So let us all chant once Hare Krishna Mahamantra and wind up for today. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Once again, thank you to all. So I'll give you the option to unmute yourselves, and you can say once Hare Krishna and leave the session. Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna,
Mataji, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Bhavani Mataji, Hare Krishna. Mamata Mataji, Hare Krishna.
ಪ್ರಭುಜಿ
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Yekavati Mataji, Hare Krishna. Kishore Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Manjunath Prabhu, Meda Mataji, Hare Krishna. Kavita Mataji, Hare Krishna. Shubha Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Prabhu.
Mataji, Hare Krishna. Sarita Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you to all. Hare Krishna once again. Vinuta Mataji, Nandaraj Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Chandrasekhar Prabhu,
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to all. Thank you for
Raju
joining
Prabhu,
the
Hare
session.
Krishna. Pramod Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Chandrasekhar.
Hare Krishna, Raju Prabhu. Thank you for joining the session. We'll continue with chapter 9 from tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.